This last one here is very similar. I'm going to show you how to use the statistics, okay? So statistics is just like quote, it's more hard numbers, so it's a little more convincing to different mindsets and different people. But we're going to go through the same process. It should be a little quicker this time. I was thinking earlier, okay, I need a statistic on power pollution. So I just put in word statistics, power pollution, started scrolling down for something that looked reputable and something that looked like it might agree with me. And I saw this title, Fossil Fuels, the Dirty Facts. And I said, ooh, I could get a good quote there. And I just started scrolling down, and I see this link, disadvantages of fossil fuels. And I'm saying to myself, I need a good statistic. So my eyes right now, very quickly, I'm not going to read this whole thing. That's a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time. Don't do it. You don't have time in college. You don't have time in life. So my eyes are scanning for numbers. I see 12.6 million Americans are exposed to daily toxic air pollution. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. But I came across this one here. Coal-fired power plants single-handedly generate 42% of dangerous mercury emissions in the United States, as well as two-thirds of sulfur dioxide emissions. I'm going to steal that quote, so I've copied it, and I'm going back to my essay. I kept my thesis statement here, right, guys? It's going to be the last sentence no matter what. And here I'm going to start fresh. And I'll say, when, and I'm using my own words, and now I'm going to pop the quote into the middle of it and see how it flows. Oops, let's do, when coal-fired power plants single-handedly generate 42% of dangerous mercury emissions in the United States, as well as two-thirds of U.S. sulfur dioxide emissions. When we do that, why is it that humanity isn't more aggressive in its pursuit of clean energy sources? Um, I used statistic. I also asked a question. I always tell kids don't ask questions because it's a kind of a cheesy way to start. This one's a little stronger. I would accept this from you, but generally avoid the questions. I'm too tired to backtrack. But we have our statistic here. That's pretty shocking. Half of the poison in the air comes from burning coal power plants. That's insane. So why is it? Why is it that humans do this? Why don't we have cleaner energy sources? The world population continues to grow, and so does its demand for energy, which very often is very unclean. Today's world faces growing energy demands, which create greater potential for pollution that must be addressed. Bam, I am done. Except for my typo here. And there we are. A couple little things here. When I pulled this quote, there's something we've got to do at the end of it. I got it from this site, and I got my quote here on this page. I'm going to take notes of this page. I'm going to say, okay, I got this from nrdc.org. And I'm going to, for now, and I'll show you how to fix this later. For now, I'm just going to put it in parentheses, nrdc.org. That's where I got it from. I'll show you how to cite this correctly later, but this is just to keep my place. Whenever you pull a quote, do this, put a little note there, and then down here in your works cited, where this is, if you don't know what this is, this works cited note here, it's something I put in when I showed you how to do your paper, how to set it up for MLA format. And for now, I'm just going to throw the link there. Later on, we're going to set it up correctly. That's in a much later lesson in like a month. So for now, just take our notes, remember where we got our site, and we're good to go. That's it, guys. Quick review, and this long video is going to be done. When we're talking about an introduction paragraph, you must have two things. Those two things are a good hook to make it interesting and your thesis, which is a strong statement about what you're going to be writing. And it has to be at the very end of your intro. Always, always, always. You want to kind of link these two guys together with maybe some background information on your topic or just smooth transition, right? But those are the two. I showed you three different ways to do the hooks. Those three ways were with a quote, statistic, or a narrative, a bit of a short story. And let's see here, throw my camera back up. Screencastify doesn't always obey me. There we go. So that's it. I did my part. I'm writing this essay with you guys so you can see how it's done. And that means whatever I assign you right now during this whole coronavirus thing, I'm doing to myself. So all of us get to get punished together, but we all get to learn and grow together. So hit this up. It's your turn now. I've done my part. You do your part, and I'll give you feedback. Holler anytime you need me, and you got it. I'm going to stop talking because I probably talked too much at this point. And it's bedtime, as usual. So I've got to go to bed before my kids wake up in the morning. Later.